There's one I like. No one's brought that up yet.
Yes.
Prosecute them, the criminals.
Yes. I don't understand how they can look at themselves in the mirror and not, I don't see how they can face themselves in the mirror.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about audit them, end them,
yes.
but prosecute them.
Yes.
That's what we need to do.
Yes.
You know, they're criminals who are running the country and they're not elected officials. We need to really get rid of them. Good sign, I love it.
How you doing?
The three things we need to get this revolution going: a constitution that somebody pays attention to,
That's
sound
right.
money, and a man who can really run the show.
That's right. That's right, brother.
Great sign, I like it, thanks. There's a guy who even looks like a real patriot.
Looks like it, yeah.
All right.
I try to be. What do you want to know?
Do you think we're doing any good out here?
Yes, if we weren't doing this, the light would go out. And you don't want the lights to go out on any of this. I'm with the John Birch Society. We've been here 50 years, and we're just really tickled pink that there's so many hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of Americans joining alongside us and finding out what's happening and trying to do something about it. We need to pressure Congress. You think they don't listen, they will listen if we keep after them. We can get back on the gold and silver standard. We're as close as now as we've ever been since 1913. But we do have a struggle in front of us.
Yeah, I know the John Birch Society has been on this for a long time. You know, a lot of people don't know that.
They're even, we expose what they're trying to do to take us into world government. This is part of it.
Absolutely.
Prime Minister Brown is going all around the world now, teaching that we should get an international Federal Reserve system through the IMF, International Monetary Fund, and that we should all be on the paper standard. See, the paper standard isn't constitutional. When you really study it out, it's not. The founders hated paper money. They threatened to bolt the convention if they allowed it. And so the Constitution does not give the Congress anything except the power to coin money and regulate the value thereof. So that's why we're in the fix we're in.
Yeah, we need to get the word out to people that the Federal Reserve is really running this country and nobody elected them.
That's true. That's true. It's all bogus. It's all bogus, and they got it passed when everybody was gone to Christmas, a vacation, I think, in 1913. Anyway, it's a long story, but if you want to go to www.jbs.org, you will find out lots of stuff. We're a veritable reservoir of proper information.
Well, I'll do my part to get that word out to people.
Great,
thanks for being here.
I'm the Arizona coordinator for End the Fed. I'm also the Arizona coordinator for We the People Foundation for Constitutional Education and its Continental Congress 2009 project. Now, anybody doesn't know what this is? We the People for Constitutional Education, founded by Bob Schultz of New York. The organization has petitioned all members of the legislation, all members of the executive branch, all of the judicial branch, the Supreme Court, where they petitioned him for a redress of grievances. He even did a hunger strike where he said, you know what, we have to have an answer on this. I'm not going to eat until you answer. They would not answer. They refused to answer. When the hunger strike got to a point where it was looking bad for them, they had to say, okay, we'll meet with you. They set up a meet. And then 9/11 happened. And when that happened, everything else went out the window, and they said, oh, this is not important. and they just shoved it under the carpet. Okay? We pushed it again and pushed it again. We took it all the way up to the Supreme Court. Now, before the Supreme Court, all 7 of them, or all 9 of them, would hear the case. It had to be reviewed by a 3-judge en banc panel. And what the 3-judge en banc panel said, I will never forget as long as I live. It said, yes, the First Amendment says you have a right to petition your government for a redress of grievances, but it does not say there that you have a right to have your petition heard, and it doesn't say that you have a right to an answer. Now, I don't know about you, but that just smacks me right in the middle of the face of, how dare you? Okay, you are my servant. You are supposed to be representing me. And now you're telling me that when I bring a problem to you, that I don't deserve an answer? That's wrong. That shows you how wrong things have gotten. And you know what? There's only one person in America that can right the wrongs. Who is that?
We the people.
Say it. Say it with me. Me.
We the people.
Me. Okay, every one of you are individuals. You individuals as Americans have rights. Along with those rights comes responsibilities and duties. Well, it got to a point where, oh no, this is so bad. I mean, it's obvious what's going on. And in 2004, Michael Badnarik got the Libertarian nomination for president. It's like, oh wow, first time in my life I see a man that I want to be president of my country. I went out the following day, I registered as a Libertarian, I registered to vote, I went to Libertarian meetings, and I became a precinct committeeman. As a precinct committeeman, I went back to the meetings and they sent me to the state convention as a state committeeman. And this is on one vote. I filled out the paperwork, I went to the polls, my name was on there, I voted for myself, I elected myself. I elected myself as precinct committeeman. I went to the Libertarian meetings, they made me state committeeman. I went to the state convention, and they said, oh wow, look, somebody wants to do something. I ended up being assistant state secretary and chairman of the platform committee. I was a delegate representing the great state of Arizona at the Libertarian National Convention in 2008 in Denver, Colorado. You have to do it. You have to do it. If you wait for me to do it all, it's not going to get done. You wait for somebody else to do it, it's like waiting for the government to do it. It's not going to get done. You have to stand up. You have to take charge. You want your country back? Take it back!
Yeah!